time. It's already late.
Yeah, I know. What are you saying? It's late. Aren't we live? I thought we were live.
Yeah, 50 seconds late.
But aren't we live?
Yes.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello. Oh no.
Rohan, did you not turn your phone on?
No.
Man.
How many times have you done this and you still make that mistake?
Not last week.
But yeah, welcome. Helpful hint to, well, PSA. We're no longer wrecking. If you were unaware.
They just build computers now.
Did you know that?
No.
We do that, but that's not all.
We do. What do we do now? We can get new car parts, which I got one of my friends today. Not gonna lie, the Subaru guy looks slightly confused. We do coaching. Well, Nathan does coaching, and we can do computer stuff. So the reason why Nathan isn't on stream is because I've kind of convinced him to fix a mate's computer and then build another mate's computer.
Yes.
So if I need his assistance, I will just
quickly chime in.
just do this. But he's currently not sitting there. But you get the idea. Yeah.
This is what I'm working on. Ta-da!
Yes. Cable management.
You may need another solder cable.
That's
Or
some,
did they already add another one?
Yeah, he asked me where to get one from.
That's some A-grade cable management right there.
But yeah. So
Build this.
Yeah, it looks like a pre-build.
it's way too small. But yeah. So that's what we do now. And yeah, we can fix computers. Like Nathan's copying hard drives at the moment. Well, that's what he's going to do on this computer, and try to figure out why it's blue screening.
What?
Well, maybe just have a look at the RAM. I think that's all. If you want, because I can't figure it out. What else was there? What other things can we do these days? What else do we do? Well, we do the Monday videos. Which, as you can see, I've changed up my desk, so I need to fix... Well, I still need to record for Monday's video, which is the Monday roast, so if you want to roast me... Again, put some messages in here that you want me to answer. So, I won't answer them on stream, I'll answer them for the video.
Yes.
Unless they're from Rohan, then I'm not answering them. So... Yeah. Where else are we at? We're using our years of experience to give away all the info and stuff we know. And yeah, we're on 7:30 p.m. each Thursday. Live chat on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube.
You know, I'm just realizing something.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have your Monster Energy drink.
No, because I'm being good. I'm trying to lose weight.
Because you've got a mullet.
Yes,
and
I
you got
do.
a flat cap.
Yes.
You
I'm
just don't
set.
have the Monster Energy drink.
I'm set. And then I've also got, if I take those off, I've got these loud, leery things too.
Do you like drive with your seat as far back as it goes, like that?
Nah, because I got short little chubby arms, so I can't reach. But yes, tonight's video is not the Thursday roast because that was last week. We're going to talk about exhaust.
Doesn't mean they can't do it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about exhaust, which varies from the headers to the diff back, turbo back, all those kind of things. But I think we're mostly going to focus on different types of headers.
Turbo back? What's that?
What's a turbo back? Oh yeah, you're an NA guy, you wouldn't know.
That's from your non-existent back.
Yes.
Yes. But yes. So what do you know about headers, Rohan? Anything?
They are...
Actually,
much-
wait. Before we jump to the turbos then, that's a genius idea, Cito. Thank you for thinking of that. Rohan,
What?
one of the most common things we used to deal with at 3P Garage was, how do I get unequal length headers for my NA?
You message some guy in Melbourne that makes them and he'll
Rohan,
make it.
camera.
You message some guy in Melbourne and he'll make it.
So yours wasn't like an off-the-shelf thing?
No. There's a guy that makes them in Melbourne, and he ships them up. You're
Do you-
looking at about, I don't know, 350, 400 shipped.
Oh, that's not too bad. Do you have any details on him that you could share later?
No, because he keeps on deleting his posts.
Oh, that doesn't help.
I know. It really doesn't, because he's a private seller that you'll find him on Gumtree sometimes. You'll find him on Facebook Marketplace sometimes. I wish I could pin him down with details, but unfortunately he doesn't run a business, so can't do that.
Don't you have his name?
Yeah,
It
do
would
you
take
have
me
his
a-
Facebook name?
It would take me a while to find it, but I could
Unacceptable.
find it.
But no, but why do you do that, Rohan?
Because you want it to sound like a turbo when it doesn't have one.
Why? What makes it sound like a turbo?
The unequal length headers, so pretty much you have the passenger side, the exhaust wraps around the front, from the passenger side, the exhaust wraps around the front. Sorry, driver's side wraps around the front to the passenger side, and then goes,
Oh, is that on the NAs?
yes,
Oh, so it's opposite on the NAs to
Yes.
the turbos.
because where the cat section is, it goes this way. If you're looking at the front of the car that way, it goes this way and then back.
Oh wow, that's annoying.
So the kit that he makes directly bolts up. You will have some discrepancies where it's just from either the metal warping from heat, or just from shipping, or just from him making it. So you will have to kind of force the pipes apart, where you have the left side and the right side of the engine,
Yep.
where they go right next to each other. You have to actually pull them apart to get that part of the header onto the
In
engine.
place.
I did mention that to him. Whether he's actually fixed it or not, I don't know. But you can actually see a clear, like, triangle piece that kind of, yeah, the clear triangle piece, well, it's gap, where there shouldn't be one. It should be a straight line.
You might want to disconnect that fan.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's at 90 mil down the front.
So,
Way down the front.
At the well, I don't know where it plugs in, but the fan's at the front.
This one.
Yeah,
Is there no replacement for them?
I think we were gonna look for one, but we just never found one. But yeah, so with the WRXs,
well, I found his name. Just give me 1 second.
this is the route they take. Screen share. This one. Oh, it's his power supply. Give it a hit.
So, yeah, the guy's name is Dom Tamburo, and he lives in Victoria.
He has a trick to hit it. You may want to run and ask him about his trick.
Is that John's computer?
Yes.
Okay.
He has a certain way he belts it and the power supply stops making noise.
So, actually, I'll bring this up here.
I don't know if people can hear that, but that's a terrible noise.
I don't
John, if you're
think-
watching this, can you come and slap your computer so we can make it go quiet? Or do you want me to just message him? Just randomly send him a message. Please come slap your computer.
If that'll grab it.
Let's see, is John here? Are you doing it?
I'm messaging John, yeah.
Okay.
I literally just sent him a thing saying, please come tap your computer.
So I've got all the pictures here.
So wait, you're putting the gentleman's details in?
Yeah, I can put his details in.
But yeah, so this is from Cito's old motor. And as you can see, this, well, it's all upside down. So this is the driver's side here. And they hook around the front to the passenger. And then you have the up pipe go. That is terrible. It's so quiet. Except for the rattle. Yeah, Rohan, do you know what's special about these headers?
Sorry, I'm looking at the stream. There we go.
Oh, you got
headers-
photos.
Yes.
Beautiful. Do you have screen share happening?
I can in a half a second. I swear to God, if you can, I'm gonna slap you. Wait, no, I can't. You still want me to slap.
Wait, you're gonna slap me?
No, if you said something about counting, because I said half a minute.
Oh, that's fine.
All right.
So let's add yours.
Yes.
So these are your headers.
Yes. So, damn it, you can't see my mouse. So at the very top of the headers, that's the passenger side bank. The bottom is a driver side bank, and on the left is where the
Cat back joins.
cat joint. You join to the cat.
Interesting.
That is the issue that I was talking about. You can see that there's actually a gap between top and bottom. And whether that was manufacturing or just warping from welding, I'm not really sure.
You just
Haven't
have to bend it to make it fit.
Yeah, you just have to force it and it will go in. I did have to tap it with a rubber mallet, but it did go in. It was agreeable enough.
I don't know where my rubber mallet went. I think it's behind me somewhere.
No, it's probably next to Cito still. In the cage below the desk.
Ah.
By the way, does that cage have any nickel in it? Does that cage have any nickel in it? Well, if it does... Sorry, if it doesn't, then it's a Nicolas Cage.
It's not going to work.
What on?
He's gone. 2 terabyte drive.
His
He's
is.
gone.
No, I removed you because that was a terrible joke.
Oh.
Hang on, I got one more picture. And that's the guy, his details. Well, his Facebook.
Yeah.
Then he's the one who made it. Well, I bought it from.
So if you are chasing him, you may be able to message him.
Yeah. So
Well, that doesn't help. He didn't tell me it was a 2 terabyte drive.
let's get rid of that. That's up to you now,
You
Jacob.
may have to have a chatsies to him. You may go have a chatsies to him. Slap him around a bit, be like, you silly. What's up? Not you.
That's all you.
If I wanted to slap you, I would.
I mean, you still have to. At
Yes,
some
I
point.
owe you a fair few slaps.
Just
Huh.
the one for the flash joke.
I thought there were 2. Because
What
there
was
was a
the
flash
second one?
joke and then there was something else you said. Josh said sick hat. Thank you. It's actually hiding my messy hair. Because... Dude, it's actually getting pretty luscious. It's a very luscious hat. Where does one get one from? I don't know. I pressed buttons online and I received it from DS Elite Clothing. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
I'm literally just Wait, is he going to give us money? Give us money. Do it.
You know, the interesting thing here now, Jacob, is you're looking at me,
Yes.
but I'm not looking at you. So now we have to both look this way, and then we'd be looking at each other.
I just love the fact that I literally can just look at you and it's fine now. Oh, there's Cito.
A wild
He's
Cito
gone.
appears.
I love how I perfectly cover the door too. So Rohan,
Yes.
what is special about this exhaust?
Hang on. Hold up. Well, first of all, they're unequal length. Second, they're a single pipe out, or are they 2?
Is it stock or aftermarket?
That's aftermarket.
You sure?
Wait, no, it's not. Yeah, that's definitely not aftermarket.
Do you know what's special about it?
Not particularly. Something just doesn't seem right about it, though.
So, just because I was busy looking for something earlier and I didn't actually find this image. It's...
What do you mean you didn't find the image?
Well, I did find... I was
What,
trying
the
to find an
Stillfigure
image. There was an image I saw the other day that compared this exhaust to another exhaust, which is the perfect image for what I wanted to talk about today. But...
That's what happens when you don't save your pictures.
Well, the issue was, it was like...
Cash?
Photo bucket?
Not going to worry about it? Oh.
Because it doesn't fit.
Are you going to have a gander to see if you can work out why it's playing up? Rohan, keep talking.
I don't know. You were the one talking.
Keep looking at it. You got to tell me what's wrong. What's different?
I don't know what's different. I just know it's different. I just can't tell why. Magic can prove anything.
I don't think there's... Oh, here we go. So, Nate said, man, I swear my nan's got
The same shirt.
that shirt.
The Hilfiger shirt.
That'd be pretty funny if she did.
I mean, she'd have to get it from Canada.
Here we go. Look, we got someone smart commenting. Mr. Justin Bollerman. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Last name. Bollerman? Ballerman? Bollerman? I'm not sure. But he says the cast on the right looks different. So, he's talking about this section here, Rohan. What do you think?
Yeah, it does.
But why?
I have no idea.
You know, that's not meant to be over there.
It's all your fault.
As far as I knew, it was a 1 terabyte.
No, you told me the fan at the front was making noise, so you did fine.
What's with the extra brackets on it?
So
Is
can
that
you
for
see the
utility?
difference?
Yeah, I can see the difference.
What's the difference?
The casting on the right. The lack of a heat shield on the left.
Well, the heat shield's nothing. You can take a heat shield off.
Yeah.
Like, that's a very, very simple thing to remove. That's not what I want.
Hey, stop showing things that you're not supposed to be showing.
So. That kind of fits a bit better. It's not just the casting on the right. If you look on the left as well, notice you can see my mouse, yes?
Out. Yeah.
So you can notice that this pipe actually hooks around as well. Whereas this it just joins at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So the difference is, so Justin says, is it a big port or something? I can't remember. Were the portholes bigger, Cedar? That's actually a really good question. I can't recall if the portholes were bigger. I don't think they were. But the thing is, this one here is a STI Type RA, or was it the early RS Liberties that had them? Because it wasn't all the RSs, was it?
Not sure.
So this was literally just better flow, because instead of collecting and ramming straight into each other over here, they actually have separate pipes. But they're still unequal length headers. So these were just a nice upgrade if you wanted to upgrade from your stock ones.
Yeah, fair enough.
But in saying that, Rohan, how much power can one of these make?
I don't know. Not much.
Why not?
Because it's very restrictive.
Well, yes and no. I had these on my car and I made 234 kilowatts at the
That's
wheels.
pretty decent then.
Yes. Cedo had the RA ones and he made 238.
They weren't identical cars, but yeah.
Yeah, they weren't identical cars, but
Nonetheless.
the headers weren't the restriction. How much power did Warwick make before he upgraded headers? Do you recall? I can't remember. But yeah, they're not as restrictive as people say. You did not just see the Bushido.
I think they did.
Possibly. But yeah, I can't remember this photo here. Yeah, this one makes it a lot clearer, the difference. So, this top photo now, you can see the difference a bit clearer here.
Yeah.
So, the runners are just a little bit longer. So it keeps the exhaust air separate for longer. So it makes it a bit more free flowing. You do see that now?
Yes, yeah.
They are very hard to come by and they weren't cheap.
Yeah, because most examples will probably be rusted out by now.
Yes. Oh, well, yes and no, because they're cast. They're thick.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't tend to have the exhaust rust out.
It's the same deal with my rack. My steering rack, when I got it, bubbled a bit, but...
But another thing I
It's the same
found
as
today
before.
that I actually didn't know is you can get aftermarket center pipes, because that's where most of the restriction comes from.
Yeah, that's a
So
lot of
the
restriction,
crossover
especially on the
pipe
right
here.
side.
Yeah, so I believe... Yeah, so we got a photo here. The restriction is in this pipe here. So
Yeah.
again, this is like a stock one that's been pulled apart, but that's a aftermarket exhaust up pipe.
Okay, yeah.
That's definitely not a factory up pipe.
No.
But yeah, so the restriction comes here where it crosses over, because obviously you're going, I believe they were about 1.5 inches exhaust port. Was that right, Cito? About 1.5 inches? Do you have a tape measure? Just so I can have a look at what 1.5 inches is, because I'm terrible at distances. Okay, maybe a 2-inch. I think they may have been 2-inch ports.
I think it's quite possible that they are, whereas the rest of the exhaust was 2.25 inch.
Yeah. So they go from a reasonable port each down to that restrictive thing. But it turns out Grimspeed and other manufacturers make a slip-in centerpiece now,
Fair enough.
which is cool.
So
But-
you don't have to replace your entire header setup.
Yeah, because the
Or
thing is,
the restriction.
the headers are not that much of a restriction unless you're pushing big power.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as I wouldn't be worrying about them if you're running it as a daily and just trying to make basic power. So with you, unless you're aiming for 300 plus kilowatts,
Don't
I
bother.
probably wouldn't worry.
Yeah.
Like
Just
I'd-
upgrade that middle pipe and...
Well, that and probably the up pipe. That's where most of the restriction comes from.
Yeah,
Owen
and
Atkins,
actually
I'm
getting
slipping in on this live stream. Actually, Owen, did you buy the Sherpa the other day or no? Remember how we put the link up for
Yeah.
the Sherpa?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to buy it. I hope he bought it. It'd be cool if he did. But yes, so
Also, Owen, my brother said that he'll be around next week with his motorbike, so if you want to rock up, that's the time.
your brother has a motorbike?
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting. Oh, it's sold on him.
Damn.
I knew it'd sell.
It's probably Jason.
It was a very nice car. I wish it was Jason. But I'm pretty sure if it was Jason, he would have sent me messages already showing me it
Yeah,
and
probably.
teasing me. Oh, and this S Cargo sold as well.
Oh.
And he seems excited to see your brother's motorbike.
Yeah.
Is it a good motorbike or is it
It's
just a
a
motorbike?
Kawasaki Ninja 400.
Well, we got a Honda out the front that has VTEC. Not your Honda.
Yeah, I know.
Like, there's a motorbike out the front that has VTEC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the bike is quicker than a...
There you go.
UU.
Justin says up pipe 100% if it's catted. Yeah, the catted one. So from the, I believe it was just a Bug Eyes, wasn't it, that had the cats in the up pipe? Yeah.
It's a very strange place to
Did the
put it.
peanuts stop it, Cito?
So what?
The catted up pipe.
Yes.
Yeah, it was literally just the Bug Eye.
It's a very strange place to put a cat, though.
Ah, so the Bug Eyes had the catted up pipe, and then the Fozzers did as well. Which, yeah, it's
Like, I can understand it being on the downpipe, because that's where a lot of manufacturers put their cats. But I don't understand the uppipe.
Owen said I'd ride that CB400 more than the owner. That's always helpful. But no. So, what's the big issue with having a cat before the turbo? Rohan?
It's just more more to disturb the exhaust before it gets
No.
into the turbo.
No. Well, obviously it's going to slow it down because it's a restriction, but there's a really big issue with having a cat before a turbo.
Oh, yeah.
What happens when you overfuel, say, a normal car that has a cat?
Generally, the cat commits seppuku.
Yes, and what happens when a cat dies?
Pieces of cat fly through the exhaust until it finally finds a way out.
Yes, so what would the issue be having a cat before a turbocharger be?
you will have a very standard turbocharger.
So, like, not that I've seen it happen. Have you seen it happen? Where a factory up-pipe yeeted itself and thrown shards into the turbo?
No, but I've plenty of time.
Sorry,
Yeah.
let me correct myself there. Custom machine turbo.
It would be. But yeah, so Nathan's heard of it a fair few times, and, like, we've never seen it happen, but it's just common sense and logic. It's like, you don't put anything in front of a turbo that could possibly break it.
Including another turbo.
Why not?
Well, you break one turbo, then you break both of them.
Yeah, it's fun though. But no, the issue with it, like, another thing, I don't feel like having the O2 sensors before the turbo is a bad thing. Do you think that's a bad thing, Cedar?
Measures the amount of exhaust before turbo, don't they usually
Yeah.
have two?
Yeah, with the GD models. Okay, we'll quickly answer this for Owen and see if anyone else wants to answer it. Car chat: Civic RS or Mitsubishi Eclipse or Skoda Octavia for daily?
Depends on who you're asking.
Eclipse.
I would take the Eclipse.
Just because it's
I vote
gangster.
that gal would take the Skoda.
Owen's thinking about the Skoda. It actually doesn't look too bad. And fingers in turbos hurt. Yes, you don't.
Is there an Eclipse in
You
Australia?
don't put them. I don't believe so. No.
Because they weren't legal to sell. Well, they were specifically for the American market anyway.
But yeah, so back to exhaust. Another thing, so like Justin said earlier, you definitely want to get rid of the catted up pipe. Two issues with that. Well, one issue with that is the catted up pipes also had another thing in them. They had a temp sensor. Temp sensor? Temp sensor.
Temp sensor, wouldn't that be on the downpipe or
Temp
on
sensor?
the uppipe?
The outpipe,
Yeah.
EGT.
EGT, yeah.
Only the catapults.
Yeah. So Justin says, isn't the first O2 sensor the one that the ECU uses for the AFR? I thought it was the second one.
I think it uses a calculation between the two.
Or does it use both, Cedar? Do you recall?
Does it use what?
Justin said, isn't the first O2 sensor the one that the ECU uses for AFR?
Yes.
Yeah, it is, because when they die,
Down in the headers.
they die.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so when that sensor dies, your car dies.
Yeah.
It's not a fun time.
Okay.
Eclipse Sport. I'm assuming that's like a
The cross-
the new SUV style
Yeah, the
thing.
cross thing.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'd say go for the Skoda.
Holy dooly, that's a name I haven't seen for a while, Cito. When was the last time you heard from Patrick?
A while.
And no, I'm not. Especially on this stream. I may have to make my own stream one day where those things do come out, but not on here.
What did you do?
Hmm?
What did you do?
Patrick's asked to show Bob's.
Oh.
I disapprove. Just so you know, Patrick, we kind of have to behave because hiding behind that case, you can see the tip of the head is a Nathan Cito. So I need to be good. This is an interesting one. So Justin said the rear gets deleted when going E85 flex. Does it?
It makes sense.
Does it, Cito?
Huh?
You had flex on your bug-eye. Did you remove the rear O2?
Yes.
Why?
Because that input gets used.
Ah, true.
Because that sensor's just for fuel, isn't it?
See, unless you do what I do and don't go flex and go straight E85, then you can keep them both. But yeah, so the reason why the rear O2 gets deleted when you go E85 is Nathan just said it's because it uses that input for the flex sensor.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, because it becomes you put the O2 sensor in there, don't you, Cito?
It's its own O2 sensor.
Yeah, it's its own O2 sensor, the flex sensor.
Because that O2 sensor is specifically for fuel, isn't it?
For the flex sensor.
Well, the rear O2 sensor.
I do not recall. I'm not good with O2 sensors. What's
I
wrong?
only have one,
And
so.
the test has returned one error so far.
Oh no.
So RAM. Oh no.
Oh no.
Patrick said he'll wait for that stream.
It is.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
If you look hard enough, you'll probably find Jacob's OnlyFans.
Oh, it's not. Justin says the rear is only emissions related.
Well,
I
no,
believe. Wait,
because
what?
he wants to wait for that stream.
What's this?
Patrick, he said he'll wait for that stream. I said if you look hard enough, you'll probably find Jacob's OnlyFans.
I'm not gonna lie. I had one of my mates look for one, and someone made a fake account of mine, like with my name. There's no photos, but they use my details to make an account.
There you go.
It's not cool. Justin said the rear is only emission related, he believes. Which is, again, most likely true for the GDs.
Fair enough.
Because like we've said before, then the GD rear ones rarely die, and they're not as important as the front. Because when the front one goes, the front one, like the whole car's gone.
Yeah.
But the next thing I guess we can talk about, which I've been trying to get to, is, the up pipes. There's different styles of up pipes.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to headers, you get the stock replacement up pipe, which is like this style here, which is still just a 2-bolt. Again, like I said, unless you're pushing big power, you don't need to worry about it. But when you do start wanting to push a bit more power, you tend to lean towards something like... The photos are terrible. It turns out we didn't get many photos of headers, and I don't really enjoy using online photos. But this photo here, from memory, this was a Grimspeed header. Was it?
I can tell what that is exactly.
How can you tell what it is?
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, I'm just like, dude, how can you tell what it is and I don't know what it is? That's not fair.
Like, I could barely tell that's an exhaust.
How can you not tell that's an exhaust?
Have you seen the picture?
That's a 4-to-1.
Have you seen the picture?
Yes.
Doesn't
Do you know what this
look
bit
like
is?
much of an exhaust to me. Some sort of connection thing.
That's the up
involved.
pipe.
So you got more of the headers than the up pipe.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Can you see what is different about this up pipe compared to a stock one?
It's a 3-bolt.
Mr. Smarty Pants.
It's a 3-bolt.
Yes. Yes.
You can barely tell there's 2 other bolts there.
So you got bolt. I'm not recording the Roast Jacob video yet. You can be in it if you want, but just not yet.
He caught on.
Owen said I use that wrap to cover my welds. I'm one of those people who's not too fond of wrapping exhausts.
So what he's saying is that...
He's terrible at welding.
No. If no one sees it, then it didn't happen.
Yes. But the reason I'm not a fan of wrapping exhaust is, one, you see here, it just dies after a while and just falls apart.
Mm-hmm.
2, if you get oil on it, there's a huge risk of fire.
Sounds like fun. Sounds like a Sunday, actually.
And the other thing is, if the exhaust isn't stainless steel, it's going to rust. Because you're going to catch condensation when it heats up, cools down, heats up, cools down.
Yeah.
And it's eventually going to rust through, as you can see what was starting to happen to this bad boy.
Yeah.
Owen said it's just Band-Aids for cars. But yeah, so why did they go for a 3-bolt, Rohan?
Because it holds better.
Why?
You don't have a chance of it cracking easier.
They can crack, it's just the fact that there's 3 bolts holding it instead of 2.
Yeah.
So more's better.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how you know when, especially with aftermarket headers, you get the cheap variants and you get the expensive variants, as you do with everything. Actually, it'd be more than 9 times out of 10. Every time you saw a 3.1 seater, that normally meant like high performance, like a high quality header.
You saw what?
If you saw a 3-point up pipe. Can you recall?
3-bolt.
Yeah, can you recall any cheap 3-bolt up pipes?
No.
Yeah. So when you look for aftermarket headers for a Subaru, if you do decide to push for power, 3-bolt is always the way to go. Because yes, they're going to cost you an arm and a leg, because let us just which brand should we look up, Nathan? Give me a brand. you reckon I should Google a price on for a 3-bolt header?
Grimsby.
I was thinking another one, but I can't remember the name of it. I know it starts with an N, but every time I think of it, the first thing that comes to mind is Nvidia.
I don't think they make it.
Yeah, they don't make it.
Rightio. Wait, starts with N. What starts with N that does exhaust? Apart from Nvidia. Oh, there you go. So,
Wait, that's I.
Oh,
yeah,
Nvidia,
true.
that's probably it then.
I knew that. Well, this isn't what I was looking for, but this is what I was talking about before. Just in case people are interested. Did that come up? Yes. So that's the crossover pipe. That would be a lot more expensive than it shows up as. Because I just saw what country that's from. That's an American one. So...
So, for the 3-bolt up pipe, what would you consider cheap?
yeah, that's what I'm trying to show. It's not cheap.
Well, because I found an eBay one that's like $224.
No.
It's cheap.
No.
Don't do that, please. Don't do that to your car. Don't. No. PSR.
PSR are good.
PSR 3-bolt up pipe, just the up pipe alone, $349.
But the issue is you need to get the matching... The headers. You can't, obviously... Oh, well, you could
No.
if you had
No.
someone who knew how to cut and
No.
weld things.
No.
It's just pointless. Don't do it. Please, don't do it. I'm just trying to see... Because I know car mods used to sell them, so I'm hoping they still do.
I find that sometimes car mods do some weird markups on their stuff.
Yeah, but it's like everything. Everything gets marked up in their own special way.
The thing is that you can get white line bushes cheaper from white line than you can from car mods.
So here we go. So, is this PSR? Pro Sport? So this is Pro Sport 3-bolt flange.
I don't see anything.
Oh, you know what helps, Rohan?
What?
Screen share.
When you screen share.
Oh, okay, you want me to do
Oh.
it.
Patrick said, should I put the big wang back on my Commodore? Yes.
The Pro Speed one?
If not, sell me the wang or give me the wang and I'll put it on my Libidor. Yeah, so this is a Pro Speed. No, this isn't Pro Speed. This is a Pro Sport.
Look at that, Jacob.
Is that... Have you got... Screen share so I can pop yours up. But yeah, so this is a high quality header. And it's still on equal length.
And this is not a high quality header.
Is it equal length
Yes.
or unequal?
I think it's unequal length.
That's
Or
a
something
3-bolt
between.
one. Cito, Rohan's proving us wrong. He's found an eBay spec with a 3-bolt. It is disgusting looking. Like, look at the quality difference between that and that.
I can't see.
So that's my one. You can see on my screen here.
Yeah.
And let me just bring Jacob's one over here.
Well,
A
yeah.
little bit of difference.
A little bit.
I don't know if it justifies the $1,000 price difference.
Oh, trust me. The NA headers, if you don't buy it from that guy, it
Yeah,
will cost you over $1,000 or about $800 plus shipping.
that's just nuts.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm like, I'm not paying that much.
But the other thing, I guess we'll touch on that. I don't like talk. Patrick said DM me about the wing if you're keen. I don't even remember what size wing it is. I'm going to have to look it up. Because I am kind of keen on doing silly things with my car.
I have a wing.
Yeah, but I'm a... I don't know if I can say the A word, but I'm a tight bottom dude. I don't
can't
like
say the A
spending
word.
lots of money. So now let's touch on these and try not to throw up. I'm going to try my hardest not to throw up. So, this here is the big... You need to get rid of the unequal lengths because you're stripping yourself of performance.
I'm not gonna lie. I heard an equal length turbo Subaru a couple of weeks back, and I felt physically sick.
Certain ones don't sound too
It
bad.
sounded terrible.
Like, I believe our friend Jimmy, what was it, a week? Did he last a week? Or was it less than a week he lasted?
What?
With his equal length headers.
Oh, I don't know. It wasn't long.
He put a set of equal length headers on his spec C. Spec C, not a Type R8.
No, Type R.
It's a Type R8, not a Spec C. I got this, guys. And yeah, it lasted about a week or two, and he got rid of them to go back to a set of unequals. Another reason I feel like that is the case because he used to drive past my house each morning.
Yeah.
And I used to know when he drove past my house because I'd hear a Subaru absolutely book it up the road.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, aha, it's Jimmy. And then I didn't message him for a while because I hadn't heard anything. And he messaged me. He's like, haven't you been hearing me? I'm like, no, I've been hearing like a turboed Honda or something going up my street. Because, yeah, they're terrible.
I don't blame him at all.
Steve Bison said, sorry I missed it. Did you say the difference? So the difference is literally just the length of them.
The length of the runners.
Yeah, the length of the runners. Oh, there you go. So Justin's got AVO headers, and they are 2-bolt, but definitely mint. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if you get a proper brand like AVO on that, the 2-bolt is still going to work.
Yeah, because it's the quality of the weld in the metal.
Yeah, it's the quality of the header itself. Because those AVO ones wouldn't be cheap, because I know how much other AVO bits cost. Like, the cold air intake on, was it Eamon's car? Like, that was like $300 used.
Big boy cold air.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. So $900 with black ceramic coating was how much Justin
How long
paid.
did that coating last?
Well, Justin still has it. The
coating?
car. I'd assume it's still on there.
Is it peeling or flaking at all?
Well, we're still got to have a night where we have Justin either come in or we're going to do an online.
Remote stream.
Yeah. I know we've organised it, I just can't remember what day it is.
I'm still impressed with John's exhaust though.
Which John? There's
John
lots
out
of
there.
Johns.
That John out there with the charger.
Bannock, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but those things wouldn't get as hot. But let's jump back to Steve's one. So,
Yeah.
missed it. Did you say the difference between the equal length and the unequal? There you go. So, the cross pipe. So, again, Steve's running, I'm assuming the stock factory, like the stock ends. So, I'll bring this one back up because that's a good... actually, which one did I like better? That photo. So, Steve's still running... I'm assuming the stock ends here. But he's changed the crossover pipe. Is what I'm guessing. And the up pipe. So again, that's one of the big upgrades. With the GC8s, it's not... I don't know, have you seen much benefit with the GC8 changing the up pipe? Because the GC8s already have a straight through up pipe. And people with GDs tend to buy the GC8 up pipe for their GDs.
Yeah. But Jacob, I have a question here. Why is the sub out of shape?
That's not what we're talking about right now.
But hasn't it got to do with the exhaust?
Yes, but not this exhaust. Cedo was just special and decided to put it on.
Okay.
And that's the answer. He didn't have to do it, he just decided to do it. But... do I need to answer it? I guess I'll answer it properly, right? Just because you asked. But yeah. Actually, Steve, I'm genuinely curious. Which type ends are you running? Do you have the Lucky RA ones, or are you still running just the factory standard style? And with... We keep... Yeah. So, Stephen, Steve. Rohan, don't make me change topic until I've answered this. The difference is the path flow. So, as you can see, this is the unequal length because they travel two different distances. The passenger bank travels a lot further than the driver's bank. Whereas
so a good example is that the exhaust from what you said, the passenger's bank, could take 3 seconds to make it across.
Yes.
Whereas the driver's bank would take
1 second.
1 second or 1.5 seconds.
And that's why the Subaru has the note it has. It's because of the unequal length exhaust. It's just the air gas is taking longer to come out. It's just instead of with naturally aspirated, so you tend to want
pulses equal. Every time when an engine runs, you get pulses of exhaust.
Yes.
And those you get 4 pulses that go across, and normally with a normal engine, they pretty much all come out at once. You get one noise.
Well, not at once. It's an even, continuous flow.
Yeah, that's why you get Hondas that sound like absolute. Yeah, no. And Subarus have that unique rumble. You can make other cars have that rumble if you really wanted to, but I don't think it's worth the money.
Yeah, well, and the other thing is, so this is the unequal length style, and then if we jumped over to this here, this is what the equal length looks like.
Someone's making noise outside.
So you can see the big difference here where they've matched the length of the runners to make it here. The issue with this, which Rohan did bring up, so thank you, Mr. Rohan, is with Cito's exhaust, Cito's sump. The reason why this is from a 2.5 or a, what other things did they come on, Nathan? Twin scroll. And guess what? That's another subject we will be touching on. Oh no.
What happened?
Cito, do you have internet, sir? Can you message me the 3P stuff so I don't have to jump on Facebooks? Justin sent some photos of his headers to 3P.
I don't have that.
Steve said the standard up pipe crack at the flexion. Yeah, that's a big one that we used to run into. But yeah, so this was a 2.5 or the twin scroll sump, because the equal length, as you saw in this photo here, instead of this exhaust just joining straight into the header there, they've matched the length, which pushes into where the sump usually would be. That's not the one, that's the one. So instead of this coming straight up and into here to the up pipe, this comes out and tends to hook around like that. But yeah.
And at that point, if you're running that exhaust, an NA with Canon sounds better.
Yeah. So when you put this exhaust kind of onto a normal NA, it tends to sound better. I really don't like the sound of equal length headers. Like, I do have a friend who has equal length headers, and it's not too bad.
The funny thing is that the NA stock headers are not true equal length. They're still slightly
Which ones?
The NA headers. Because of the way that they are shaped, and they don't wrap around,
Holy.
they are still slightly off
Julie.
length.
Give me 2 seconds. I've been sent some pretty high quality photos of someone's exhaust. I am just going to save them, because even this will show you the difference between equal length and unequal length. This is crazy quality. That is insane. You'll see it when I want you to see it, Rohan. Just be patient.
The AVOs.
Huh?
Yes,
the AVO stuff. Can you keep an eye on, see if Steve replies about which style, like, header bit he has?
Yes.
Because, I'm just really curious as whether it's the RA style or not. Because RA styles are cool. But, like we've said, it's very hard to come by. Like, I think I only recall having 2 lots when I was at 3P from memory, and I think Nathan may have had 1 or 2 before I got there.
Fair enough.
So it's not like they're a very common part. Let's do that. Let's jump back here. Okay, yeah. So there you go. So Steve, one of our resident rally guys, is running these RA style M bits, and it shows you that you don't need, because we've all seen Steve's car numerous times. Recap: he's the one with the really sexy roof scoop that I get all excited about. He's also the one with the really nice rims that we got excited about.
The very expensive ones.
The interior that we all got excited about.
Just
what other bits
everything
did
you
we
got
get excited about his car, Nathan? Pretty much the whole car, I think.
Yeah.
I think the whole car we all get excited about.
It'd be cool to get it down here one day, but I mean, you have to trailer it, so.
Yeah.
Pain
Well,
in the neck.
that would actually be cool one day if we get Jason and Michelle's car down and someone else's car down, and we do like an interview outside. Do you have a decent camera we can record with our hand? Like a handheld?
You'd have to have that, and you'd have to have a lapel mic for them.
Yeah, we got lapel mics. But instead of walking around with like a webcam to record the cars and talk to people.
Record or stream?
Well, stream.
Stream, no.
Recording
Record,
you
yes.
can, yeah. We can still do that.
We'd have to work out. We'd work out a way to do it.
Actually, if we did it downstairs in the car park,
Because I feel like that'd be a cool day.
They'd be able to get them down there.
Like if we had...
trailers.
Oh, I could imagine Michelle driving her car down the driveway.
Easy.
And then driving it out of the driveway.
Easy.
If you haven't seen the videos on YouTube, I'll eventually find the links
What
where...
about Steve's? Is his one
Steve.
stock height?
It's a rally car, bro.
Is it stock height or is he raised it?
Even if he's raised it, he's going to fit.
Yeah.
Do you really think it's going to be taller than a Land Cruiser?
No.
You know the Land Cruiser was the Discovery, sorry. The Discovery that stole our tools?
Yeah.
Do you think a raised GC8...
No, I was going to say, because a stock height one, it's a bit sketchy getting it in there sometimes.
It'd be fine. But no,
Well, I feel sketchy getting it in
back to Steven's thing is, yeah. So the difference is that if you're pushing big power, like big power, like I'm talking, what would you say, Cito? Like over 400 kilowatts? That's when you probably want to go equal length. Because that's when you're trying to squeeze out...
every single possible.
Yeah. Yeah, so anything over 300, 350 is when you're really trying to squeeze power out. So that's when you tend to want to go equal length. Like you can get unequal length headers to do big power, like Job's. I'm pretty sure Job's ones were unequal length. But the difference is he like paid like $2+ grand to get his custom made.
Yeah.
Because they were like 2-inch ports, and not just 2-inch ports, it was like 2-inch pipe each. It was
Jeez.
next level. But the other issue I'll mention with stick and the oil pickup, correct? That's it?
Yes.
But there is another issue which our mate in the Type RA, Spec C, Type RA.
Type RA.
Rah. Our mate with
that's RAR.
the guy with the Type RA ran into when he put the equal lengths on is because they're trying to match the lengths. They pushed very far out, and especially with the bug eyes having the big U-brace underneath the front of the car, he had to do some
Cosmetic work.
love taps to make them fit. Because, as you can see, they're huge. They're
Yeah.
not little. But now, I'm going to remove this for a second, deal with all these weird tabs I have open, so I can look like I'm a professional and I know what I'm doing.
You say that as you've got a mullet with a flat cap.
You dissing my mullet and flat cap?
Yes. Because you don't have a Monster Energy drink in that picture.
I will get one day, alright?
Doesn't have to be a real one, it could just be a fake one.
Rightio, so we've had one of our customers shoot through some photos of his exhaust. This here is Justin's AVO.
That's
He was
so
talking about.
shiny.
Let's it looks
Whoa.
better. Look how much better that looks. But yeah, so this here is the AVO brand. You may be saying, Rohan, why aren't they welded there?
Well, I would be asking that on the equal length ones as well.
Oh.
Because those equal length ones weren't welded.
Why aren't they welded? What happens with exhaust?
That moves.
Expands.
Yeah.
And moves. So, they tend to sound a little farty when you start them cold because there's a slight exhaust leak, but once they warm up and get to temp, they tend to seal up. Mm-hmm. That's from my experience. Is that what you noticed as well, Nathan? With the slip joints? Yeah. So, I don't know how bad Justin's sounds at the start.
That's why we saw with that stock mid cross pipe how it had that little thing on it.
Another thing people do is other brands like I think it's normally the cheaper brands that do this. Is that they have a bolt, you can put a bar across it, and tighten them in,
which is what the equal lengths you showed before had.
Yeah. So that's just another typical thing they do. Again, as you can see, this set here, unequal length. I can't remember what brand this was. As far as I recall, this was a cheap, nasty set that had a fair few cracks in it.
I am liking the engine stand that you guys are using.
Cito, he's dissing my engine stand.
It's a good engine stand.
Can't even see it.
It's a seat, the half seat.
Table chair.
Oh, right, yeah.
Do I mention how I moved some cars out of the shop one day? It never happened. Never happened.
You did it at home.
Yes, at home.
Yes.
Not on business hours. But yeah, now, so let's go back to these photos. So this is the underside. You can just see the quality in them though. Like even the welds, like he didn't paint them to cover the weld quality.
Yeah, like that's actually like a really good weld, and then whatever wasn't the best was sanded down.
So that again
Someone
is a
actually
standard.
spent time on it.
That again is the so you can see the slip joint there. So I don't know how loose they are.
They'd be enough that you could freely move it even by hand when it's on the
I think
car.
so. Like it's been a while since I played with aftermarket headers.
Yeah. Well, when I say freely, I mean you'll still struggle because they're bolted up. But
Yeah.
you'd be able to move them by
We'll
hand.
jump to this. So this is a nice spaghetti. Again, you can just see the difference in weldmanship.
Look at how thick that bloody the plate is, where
Yeah.
it mounts to the outpipe.
Yeah.
Like that is super thick.
That is actually next level. I didn't notice that until you pointed that out.
Like it's all probably what a quarter extra
So
thickness
they are
compared
tight
to
as.
when it bolts up to the engine.
That's a good question. So they're tight as. Are they oval? I don't think they are. You might be able to. So yeah, they're being pressed in or something like that. Justin, were they ovalized or were they pretty much solid round pipe, like cylinder style? Because the other thing I really want to show is this. Like that is such a nice collector.
What? Of exhaust.
So that's where the 4 pipes come into one
Okay, yep.
before the up pipe. So I feel like that's very neat. Do we know how much they cost, Justin, or do we not want to know?
He mentioned before, $800 for the headers.
Oh yeah, it was. He mentioned it, $900 with the ceramic coating. Was that brand new? Because they do look like they're brand new.
Oh, it was $900.
And yeah, Steve says nice. Like it's a very, for $900 ceramic coated.
That's really good.
They're round. It does seem like a very nice exhaust setup. That I'd definitely run it over that.
Yeah.
Because even there, you can see how dodgily welded this one was. Because from memory, this is the one that you tend to get issues in the collector here, where they tend to crack and separate. And you can just see the welding difference.
If it doesn't crack when they weld it, it's not their problem. That's how they see it, at least.
Yes and no, but like you look here and it's just... It's like someone's actually taken the time to do it. Oh, the slip joints are machine pieces.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. But yeah, this and Justin said yes, very good price. Was surprised how good it was. Where did you buy them from? Like, who sold them?
Car mods,
Car mods do sell them?
apparently. They do AVO.
I'm aware they do AVO. Can we collect some, like, kids' balls? Like, soft balls? Like, not softballs, not the big hard softballs, but like little kid rubber ball things, like stress ball things. So whenever Rohan says something stupid, I can throw it at him.
You know what's going to happen, right? I'm probably going to throw it back.
Yeah, because they're all going to end up over there and I'm not going to have anything to throw.
Well, then, if a bunch of them end up here, then I'm going to bombard them back.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
What's up?
Steve changed my STI so he could get a roof scoop. So this is slightly off topic, but I know what we're all like. I know I respect them. The factory roof scoop, Cito, off like an RA.
He put it on a bug.
It's on a bug. What do you
That's
mean?
impressive.
Is that an S2? Is it S202 wing?
It could be a knockoff one. I've seen a lot of them on bug eyes in Australia.
Don't go saying my customer's running a knockoff.
I mean, it wouldn't be surprising considering it would be hard to find an S202
It would be hard,
wing.
but it is very cool.
Although surprisingly, I could find a few people that were.
That's
selling
very cool,
S201
Steve.
wings.
But yeah, so
Yeah,
hopefully that answered your question with the
I was also right. It was Carmel's Australia.
how much?
He said Carmel's Australia.
Yeah.
It's $900. He just said $900.
No, so normally if you get them with the coating, they're 1,500.
So someone stuffed up.
Ha ha! Pick on my customer, man.
Was it
It's off
genuine?
at S202, and
Hey,
yes.
there you go.
Question me. That's actually really cool. He's trying to buy an original S202. That'd be dope.
That would be incredibly difficult as well.
You think?
I think also the import laws get in the way of that, but outside of that,
Where there's a will, there's a way. But I gotta say, Stephen, this is hurting my soul looking at this bug, so I need to take it off the screen.
But just real quick, how many S202s did they make?
I don't know.
Okay, because I only know about the.
So yeah, we had
S202s.
Justin say it was Car Mods Australia. Yep. The photo is a generic photo, so when it showed up, it was confused that it was coded.
Unequal length.
Oh, so he wasn't expecting it to be coded, but it was.
Yeah, because they don't sell a coated one. They only sell.
Oh no, so the AVO ones are 900, but other brands with coding is normally 1,500. Yeah.
Although they're listing, Carmel's Australia is listing it as $8.99, down from $9.90.
There you go. Steven's already on it for you. The answer is 400. So that's not too bad.
There you
Like
go.
I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find one.
Yeah, you'd be able to find one easier than S201.
Again, we
Because
know
we
people.
all know-
We know people.
We all know there were 300 of them.
If you do the one fell off the boat on the way to Australia
That
or
was-
something, I'm going to
that
slap
was,
you.
That was the rumor of the 22B, but
Well, it's not just the rumour of the 22B. It's the rumour of the 22B, the SVX, anything ever imported
I
to
didn't actually hear
Australia.
about any- I only heard about the story of the 22B. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
No, I've heard so many people go, there was 400, only 400 ever made, but One of them fell off the ship on the way, so there's one...
The cars are all drive on, drive off. They're under deck. There's no way they can fall off.
I know, but what? Okay, we have an answer. What's the answer? Is it RAM?
Yeah, I think so.
There's a lot of red on that screen.
Like I said, I think we've just over... It's because it's going too fast for his computer.
37 errors.
That's pretty much what it's going to be. But yeah,
There were 300 S201s. We know there's at least 98 left.
Okay.
Because Jason cut one up, and the guys in Melbourne parted one out.
And I found Robin had one at his shop the other day with one of their wings. But it wasn't an S201.
Yeah.
But it was an S201 wing.
Because I saw at least 2 S201 wings for sale 2 months ago. One was in Western Australia, one was in Victoria.
But yeah, that bugger, that really makes me miss my car so much.
Yeah, but you decided to part that one out.
I decided to part all my cars out. Doesn't mean I like my ideas.
Shouldn't have parted out your GC.
If anyone has met me, they know how impulsive I am.
At least you didn't part out your mirror.
True, but it's broken, so...
But you didn't break it.
No.
So it's fine.
But yeah, the next thing. Stop. We're already over an hour, and I haven't even got to the fact about twin scrolls. What type of header is a twin scroll, Rohan?
Literally. Okay. Twin scroll is pretty much where you go from a 4 to a 2, and it never goes to a 1 until after the turbo. Correct?
That is right, isn't it, Cedo? Oh, wait. Yeah, no, that is right.
Yeah.
The twin scrolls. You got 2 all the way to... Well, 2 to 1 to the turbo. But...
Does it go 2 to 1 before the turbo?
Well, obviously they're not going to have 4 ports going into the turbo.
Well, no, I was going to say 2 ports going into the turbo.
Yeah, you have 2 ports, so you've got 2. So 2 2s into 2 1s.
Yeah, okay. I get you.
So 4 to 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into the turbo, and then out the back of the turbo it goes to 1.
John's right, and I miss his car. 3.5 inch straight through or nothing.
Sounds like you needed.
I'm really sorry, guys. I just looked over and I have an Asian here just eating some dried seaweed.
It sounds like he needs the side port exhaust that you guys had.
Who, John?
Yeah, not the homemade one.
What was wrong with the homemade one? The homemade one was the best one. Were you here when we had that? The drag
Yeah.
top? Yeah. That was cool.
They cut it.
Oh, wait,
the
no, there was
length
2.
with the- yeah,
there was
there were
2
two.
homemade ones. Oh,
Not
no, I
that
know.
one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
not
about.
that one. The one I'm talking about, they cut to length with a pair of tin snips.
Stop. Yeah, off track again. Back
It's
to
about
the,
exhaust though.
back to the twin scroll. What
Yes.
else is there about twin scroll?
Pretty much you have. What's it? The
Let's see if he's going to dig a hole. Do you reckon he's going to dig a hole, Cedar? I feel like he's going to dig a hole. It's a very simple answer, but you're
Essentially,
overthinking it.
twin scroll. What it is that when the exhaust goes from 4 to 2, got the
No,
2.
you're overthinking it. That's not what I want to talk about. Think more dumbed down. When you think Subaru exhaust, what type of exhaust do you think?
Yes.
You normally have 2 types of Subaru exhaust. What are they?
Equal length or unequal length?
Yes. What are equal length? What are twin scrolls?
They'd be unequal, wouldn't they?
You sure?
No, they'd be equal.
Why would they be equal?
Because the reason why people go twin scroll is for more responsive power. There's no point in going for responsive power if you have unequal length headers.
Do you think he's starting to learn things, Cedar? I feel like we're starting to rub off on you. John says dump pipe off external wastegate and cats are for Prius. Wait. Oh, he's... Depend. I guess if you're talking about one of those petrol hybrid things, yeah. But yes, no. So, twin scrolls. You have no choice but to go Honda spec.
Yes.
But in saying that, damn. Like, I know you haven't got a turbo car, so I'm not going to pick on you too much. Wait, what did John say? John said, why not? Why not what? Unequal for the Rumble, but as far as I know, you can't run unequal on a twin scroll. Can you see that?
Good.
Oh, you probably could. You just lose efficiency.
I don't know if it worked properly.
Because the reason you go twin scroll, like we said, is to get the response. To get the response, you want the equal length. And the other thing, having the twin scroll, if you go unequal length, you're going to have odd pulsations going through the turbo. So the turbine's going to be like, yo, I don't know what's going on. Whereas the reason why it doesn't matter with
They don't exist.
an unequal length, yeah, the reason it doesn't matter with an unequal length is because it's all collecting into one pipe and it's just jamming air into the turbo.
Yeah. Whereas, someone who has a Bender profile picture, he stated that unequal length would defeat the purpose of twin scroll.
Yes.
So
And it's terrible.
No, make it unless you were going for the extra yen-r factor.
The word I can't say on stream, factor.
Yeah.
That one. You know that factor?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're all old enough to know what factor I'm talking about. Equal is for F820, twin scroll, twin turbo. Twin scroll, twin turbo would be cool. But so twin scrolls are good. I can say this because my 234 kilowatt STI got beaten by a 190 kilowatt
Twin scroll.
setup. I have 2 defensive points. 1, it was in traffic in Mexico, so my big boy turbo couldn't spool up properly. And 2, it was in Mexico. There were lots of cars. So
Near the Mexican border, right, where
Yeah.
they do the border checks.
yeah.
There's a lot of cars. Always.
So I did get beaten, and it was a very embarrassing time for Jacob. But like I said, no one tended to want to race me anyway because I liked high speed. So not like speeding. My speeding was like go to jail speeding
Yeah. Not
in Mexico.
Speeding.
In Mexico.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, so that's pretty much the differences with the Subaru exhaust. So if you're chasing 300 kilowatts, go for a set of stock headers with a upgraded crossover pipe and up pipe.
Yeah.
If you're really lucky, find a set of RA headers and upgrade the crossover pipe and up pipe. So I go now, but my legacy of my old WRX will live on. Oh. He made a joke. Yes, I did. Goodbye, John.
Goodbye.
It's sad not having him here, Nathan. John.
I mean, look at how many comments he had.
Like, he pumped it. He John Chapman.
Oh, yeah. He's gone already.
Yeah,
Really?
he's in Sydney.
Oh,
He left us.
I thought he was going later.
Yeah, I thought he was going.
Did he change? I thought, as far as I knew, he had to go last week.
He's outfield.
In Sydney. Isn't he? Or did they pull him and stop him before he went down to
No,
Sydney?
he said I thought he said he's going to next month, in November.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure he's out doing exercises. I'm fairly certain that's what he said.
Justin said also the header came with matching up pipe, by the way. Question, Justin, did it come with a place to put the temp sensor or no? Because I know your car's a bug-eye, but I'm just curious. But in saying that, we'll wait for him to reply, but we'll start closing it off. Because I feel...
downpipes?
Downpipes?
Yeah.
Do
You
we want to
get
talk
a few-
about downpipes?
There's a few different types of them.
Have you seen the time?
We can just quickly scratch over it.
Okay, go. What's the different types? You tell me.
Alright, so I don't have any pictures.
Look at this kid.
Alrighty.
Have you had a chance to transfer any of the videos over? Like any of the folders over to the cloud? You know, from
They're
my...
in the cloud, but they're not in the shared folder yet.
Alrighty, we'll start with this picture here.
Because he's decided to throw any dump pipes. And he wants to talk about the different style of dump pipes. And I literally did a video on that like a month ago.
True.
You haven't shared it, bro.
Yeah, I know.
So, like, I did a video on it a month ago, so I
there
have
we go.
all the photos you want to talk about, but I can't get at them.
There you go. It's a terrible picture because I zoomed it in a lot.
So what's this?
So you get two different types of dump pipes. The left one is a stock one. I know that one for sure. I can't remember about the right one.
What would you call the right one?
It'd be an open downpipe,
No.
wouldn't it? I wouldn't know what
Look at
it's
this
called
guy. So he's trying to teach me things and he doesn't even know how
Well,
to
you
teach.
know it.
I do know it.
You just want me to do it.
I want you to figure it out.
I don't know what the right one's called. I thought I was going to ask you. You're my bailout.
I'm trying to think on how to help you without telling you what it is. What do cows have?
Milk.
It's a cow what? What do you ring?
Bell.
Yeah? And what have I got a big... Damn it, Patrick!
Bell mouth.
Yes. So that's your typical bell mouth setup.
Yes.
So those are very good for big boy turbos.
There is a problem with that though.
What's the problem with that?
When your wastegate opens, you get a crap ton of turbulence.
Not a crap ton. You get some
You
turbulence.
get turbulence though.
Yes. So
There is a fix to that.
So what's the fix?
Just can't remember the company that makes it.
Look at this, Cito. He's going to make me figure it all out. Actually. Let's see.
See if I can find it doing this.
No, let's see how lucky I get.
MRT. There we go.
Who can remember what week it was? Which ones are they, Rohan?
MRT.
Wait, what? Why are you talking about MRT?
They do downpipes that specifically remove said issues. There you go. That, I don't think is an MRT one. That's probably some generic brand one, but still nonetheless. You can see the piece of metal comes out further and blocks the...
So this isn't a bell. This isn't classified as a bell mouth. This is a split dump.
that.
So they run this. So the wastegate. So what's the purpose of a divorce? So
That's it. That's what it's called. It's a divorce.
So this one is a divorce dump. No. So I see there's slight differences. So this is what I call a divorce because it literally has two sections. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you literally have your own port for the wastegate. So when the wastegate opens, it's not interfering with the dump pipe gasket. Dump turbulent. The dump gases. So the dump gases can just flow straight out.
Yeah.
And when the wastegate opens, it has its own port, and they end up meeting further down the line.
Yes.
Um,
And depending on how far down it goes, depends on the quality of the exhaust. Because if it meets right after, there's no point.
here you go. So this is it's a terrible quality photo.
That's
I
a much
apologize.
better one though.
So this here is what I'd call a split dump. So a split bell mouth.
Yeah.
I believe you call that's the way you separate them. Yeah. A split bell mouth is a bell mouth, but with the divide.
Okay, yeah, that one doesn't
then
go
the
anywhere near as far.
Mouth with a split on.
Yeah. So what would you classify the difference between a split and a divorce? Because
Divorce is two actual separate pipes.
see, that's what I call the divorce that comes all the way down.
Which is the picture that you had up before.
Yeah. And then you also have you're really making it hard for me. So this, see that one there is like a kind of like a custom made bell
Yeah,
mouth.
you can tell that it's two different pipes.
Yeah. So someone's made that one.
Hmm.
And yeah, the purpose of the divorced is, like I said, it's to separate the air and make it a more smooth run.
Essentially allow it to join up, going the same way further down.
And like I said, so bell mouth is the big boy. So this is what you run when you either have an external gate, normally because external, it's better.
Yeah.
This one here is one of the big cast ones. I believe this was the first sneaky thing Cito bought off me. This was before I knew what I had and I sold it to him, made a deal, and then I realised how good they were. But yeah, so big old cast bell mouths. are probably one of my favourite, but like I said, if you have an internally gated exhaust, you tend to want to split it.
Yeah.
Like I was kind of ready. So you can see there. So again, so this is what I call like a... This is what I call as like a divorce dump. So the fact that it has the split. So I see that. That's what I mean. So that's what I classify as the difference. So the split dump is the one that has the fin kind of thing. But a divorce split is... It's got the split in the middle to separate the wastegate and turbo, but yeah, so that there, then it comes down further.
But not having that fin defeats the purpose of having two different pipes.
Yes.
Because there's just more turbulence.
Like, it still can escape, and it's still going to want to go down there. The issue you run into is when this doesn't fit right. So when you have this split, if someone's made it dodgily, and depending on what turbo, like you can run into fouling issues with it fitting into the turbo.
Yeah.
There was one that I really wanted to show. So this here is an aftermarket one.
Yeah, that's not as closed up as the factory one that I showed
This
before.
is just trash.
Yeah, I wouldn't run that.
Like, this is...
There's no point.
You have no money and someone's just, like, put it on. So, yeah, these... Like, yes, again, it is... It has more flow than a stock exhaust.
You might as well just attack the stock one with a die grinder.
No, because it won't work, because it's literally like a 2.5-inch pipe.
Yeah, fair enough.
Welded onto a metal plate.
Yeah.
It's not like it's flared out like the other ones, so it's not like it's... Let's find a photo of what I'm talking about. Yeah, so it's not flared out like that. So see how that... So that's like a cheaper bell mouth.
Yeah.
See how it's flared? That's the issue. And that's still like a 3-inch, but it's just not a big bell mouth.
No. Okay, yeah.
Whereas when we look at this like AVO, it's a big boy.
Yeah, yeah.
And then here we have another angle of what I classify as like a split divorce dump. It just encourages airflow. But you need to make sure, like I said, that this actually fits properly and it's not a hindrance.
Yeah, you want to go for something that's a quality build if you're going to go for something like that.
But now, Rohan, next question. What's an issue with the divorce dump? You would have watched the video, wouldn't have you?
I probably did, I just don't remember it.
So obviously my videos aren't getting through to people.
I don't remember what I had for dinner 3 days ago.
Someone said something. Could
question.
you port that to help? Which part are we talking? Like on the flat one? So like this here? Is this what we're talking about porting? Because I don't believe so. Because the issue is the rear housing of our turbos, the VFs, TD, the Subaru flange comes all the way out to here. And if there's no, like, unless you put another bit of pipe that comes all the way out here, I don't believe porting's going to help that. Because, like I said, the issue's still going to remain. You're still blocking off a lot of airflow. And the reason why you run the bigger dump, the big bell mouth and all that, is to get rid of the restriction. Because that's another thing. Like, if you watch the video... where is it? The 3P Weekly 14. The video was Let's Get Exhausted. If you watch that, I go into a bit more depth about, like... There's a website on there, that talks about different exhausts. So with Subarus, the main restriction is in the dump pipe because it's just so small, and yeah, you're literally blocking off. Again, this is an aftermarket one, and you can see that it's blocking off about 1/3 of the turbo housing.
It defeats the purpose of having an aftermarket one.
Yeah, so when you look at a factory one, all you have is about a 2.5-inch pipe hole here, and everything else is blocked off.
Yeah.
So even just putting a better style bell mouth is going to encourage the airflow out. The other thing is most of the factory ones have a catalytic converter right up the top here as well in the dump pipe, which again restricts the flow because it can't escape as quick.
Put in from the bug guy one?
I'm pretty sure GC's had them in the up pipe. Dump pipe, didn't they, Cito? From factory? Yeah, GC's had them in the dump pipe.
They had two they had two cats.
Because they're the ones that are worth a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it tends to be better just to buy a big bell mouth. Like if you're chasing, because porting the turbo, I don't see how porting it'd help. Well, porting something like this. Do you agree, Cito? It's one of those. Can you see? Have a look at Rohan's screen.
Oh.
Like you can't really port that to help, can you?
No, because there's no physical pipe.
Yeah, there's no pipe at the back.
Yeah.
Whereas with a bell mouth, you do. Yeah. Whereas with this, you can see that there's actually pipe behind here. So maybe porting this and making it a smoother run might help that setup. But even that type of bell mouth is a very restrictive bell mouth. And it looks like this guy was very silly because that's an aftermarket O2 sensor. And as we know, no such thing as aftermarket. All genuine.
What do you mean? It's right there. It's just never works.
Now, Rohan, back to what I was saying. So what's the issue with divorce dumps?
Well, you'd have slightly more restriction on exhaust flow due to the two smaller pipes.
No, I'm talking about physical issue.
Fitment
Where?
inside the turbo.
He's trying, Cito. I do appreciate the attempts. The steering knuckles on the non-STIs and non-GC8s. Do you not remember this in the video?
Why non-STIs only?
Non-STIs is because they have... Where is it? This is a non-STI knuckle.
Yeah.
Yeah? See big chunky boy?
Yes.
Yeah. Compared to STI.
Why did they have a difference? Subaru things?
What's STI? Performance.
Yeah.
The reason you have the big soft thing...
Right?
Well, it's not because of the quick steer, it's just dampening. So it's like the Foresters, the Liberties, they just try to add dampeners, but when you go higher up in the tier, comfort becomes secondary.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So you could put that in if you could find one, or you could get
if
the
you
GC
can find one, yes.
But the problem with the GC is that you have the different splines.
You're on the money, look, Cito. He's learning something. So yes.
You told me about that a while.
Yeah. So, but it's not that. That's one of the issues. So again, in the video, I mentioned the fact that when you buy brand new Nvidias and other branded dump pipes, you tend to run into the issue where they foul. If it's not an STI, because they don't design it to fit a WRX. 9 times out of 10, the product testing car is an STI, which has thin knuckle.
So it fit.
So it fits. But we had so many, like pretty much brand new exhausts come into the shop that had big old hammer marks in the dump pipe because of the knuckles.
Custom fit.
Yes. But again, I think it was... it wasn't Top Gear. Engine Masters, I think it was, did a video showing what happens when you beat up headers. So go watch that. It's actually pretty funny. Yep, there you go. And that's what Patrick just said. That's why people bash dump pipes for clearance sometimes. Yeah, it's one of those things. And that's one of the issues with the divorce dumps that is huge. Because you can't really beat it up.
So what you're saying is I could put one in my car.
You don't have... What?
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually, yes. But that's leading up to... where is it? Something that Nathan was very proud of.
What did I do?
A photo that I don't think I included in the other video, but it's getting spoken about now, so... is this bad boy, Rohan. Can you see the difference?
It twists around to the other side.
So it puts it out of the way of the knuckle.
Steering knuckle, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing there. So Yeah, so this was off Cito's... Was it the Slapper or the second Forester? The Fancy Dump.
Second.
So this was off the 3... What we call the 3P Forester.
Yes.
Which is confusing because they were both 3P Foresters.
This one's just still running.
No, it's not. The motor's out.
It was
Going
running.
into another... It was running until last weekend.
It is not crushed.
The Slapper's probably not crushed. Is it? But yeah, we know the first Forester was called the Slapper because piston slap.
Mm.
And yeah. I don't know, I never really knew it as the 3P Forester. It was when we got the black one that it became the 3P Forester.
Mm-hmm.
Because it became stick it up, so... But yeah, so this came off the 3P Forester.
Wait, so was the other one?
Yeah, but not as much. Like it was next level on 3P Forester. But yeah, so that's why that's there. Another thing, Rohan.
Yes.
This is quick question. If you get it wrong, I'm going to throw whatever's in my hand at you. Okay. Does an American heat shield fit on an Australian or JDM dump pipe?
No.
Why not?
Because the design would be different due to being left-hand drive instead of right.
But why? The turbos are in the same place.
Yeah, but there's just... Sorry. There's no steering knuckle there. There's no steering setup there, so they can have a different type of heat shield.
Patrick said, thanks for the informative stream. I'm off. We'll definitely use information when choosing next mods. Have a good one, guys. Thanks, man. See you later, bud.
See ya.
Why not?
Well, the design could be different due to the fact that there's no...
He's getting scared, Cito.
You know I'm going to throw it back at you, right? I could just...
Yes, they don't work.
Yeah.
Why? The main reason? What's different apart from the steering? When you think of an American Subaru, what is different?
What, outside of
So
the
when you sit and steer from the other side, what else moves with it?
pedals,
And?
gauges.
Okay,
I'm not wrong.
That answer, he's not wrong, but that answer made me really want to throw something. What else? What connects to the pedals? Cito, he's killing me. He's killing
What,
me.
you got clutch, brake, and accelerator?
Yeah, what connects to them? Think in the engine back.
Reservoirs?
Oh, you're getting there. You get the brake booster and the clutch
Yes,
master.
so the brake booster would be on the other side.
All get in the way. The way we know this is one of our mates bought a Perrin heat shield, I believe, for his car.
Yeah.
And yeah, it didn't fit because of...
No, I had it for the STI.
I thought Jimmy bought it.
Yeah, but he never tried to fit it. I
Oh.
don't think he tried
So
to
did-
I thought he did.
No, because it's still brand new.
Yeah, true.
So how common was it for WRXs to come with cruise control?
Harry. All the WRXs came in.
Okay.
After after the GCs, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Okay.
after the GC, all of them came with it. Most GCs didn't have it. I can't recall if they were factory or that. Like, everyone I saw was a weird aftermarket style that hurt my head.
My NA one did, but that's different because
Yeah.
of the fact that it's NA.
But yeah, so... Yeah, be careful when you get dump pipe. Make sure if you get it divorced,
It is the right one.
that it's gonna... that it's gonna clear the
Not that kind of
steering
divorce.
knuckle. Okay?
Just
Heat
because you-
shields as well. Make sure you don't get an American heat shield because it no fit. And headers, you do not need big headers to make 250 to 300 kilowatts.
Just de-restrict it by replacing the middle pipe and you'll be fine.
Because the other thing you can do, especially with the RA ones, which I'd be shocked if Steve hasn't done, is port them to match the heads. Because with stuff like that, it's insane how much that helps. And we can say that because of Anthony's car. A car that shouldn't be making the power it's making is making that power because everything is ported to the teeth. And he's literally getting rid of his exhaust because he wants to make an extra, 3 kilowatt? So he can say he made 300 kilowatts. But yes, guys, on that note, make sure you join me on
Monday.
Monday. where I roast myself, which is going to be tonight. Today's been a long day. Like, I didn't start till late, but damn, it's been a long day. Like, I came in today. This is just for the few people who were left, because I can just talk now, because I feel like it's just the main people. It's been a long day. Came in today, didn't even have my computer hooked up. All my computer stuff was over on the side.
At least your
I
computer.
know, I pulled it apart yesterday.
At least your computer was in one piece this time.
It wasn't.
The computer itself.
The computer itself was.
The setup.
But the whole setup, like as you can see, the whole new setup, I still got to work out how to put,
We need to figure that out tonight so you can
Nah.
have that up for Monday's video.
I'm not worried about that. Why can't I?
Does this mean that no one can play with your light anymore?
No, they can't. But yeah, so I still need to work out a way to put the backdrop up so we can have that. But yeah, so it was pretty much just I got here today and I had to completely revamp my whole desk. Which is good because I don't mind this new setup. Like, you can kind of tell that I'm looking at another monitor, but you can't. So, yeah, I'm very happy that I finally got it all done. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, so join me Monday because it's going to be a roast Jacob talking smack about why I got rid of all my cars and the mistakes and regrets, and I don't know how deep I'm going to go. I'm not going to blame like the fact Rohan annoyed me, so I got rid of things. Yeah,
Well, that's half the reason.
It's pretty much just going to be the things I regret and things I don't regret, I reckon. I'm not going to go in depth of the modifications and stuff. I'll go in and just talk about, I regret that I did this, I regret I did that.
Mm-hmm.
And then what we're going to do the week after is continue the common mods. Because last week we did common mods part 1 where we talked about cold air intakes. And next week, well, not Monday, the Monday after, will be common mods part 2. So it's starting to get some views, which makes me happy. I get about as many views as...
How many people are currently watching this stream?
3. I don't know who's watching, but I just felt like it's a good way to chill out now.
Yeah.
Are you worried about this, Cito?
What?
Just filling everyone in? Yeah, I just thought it'd be a good thing. Good time to do it whilst Rohan's looking a bit suspect. But yeah, so join me Mondays. I normally, like I said, get them up around 6:30, depending what time I wake up.
So you mean 6:30? No.
Yeah, 6:30 p.m.
Yeah,
AM definitely not. But yeah, if you have
AM
any
definitely
suggestions for videos like that, any suggestions for these videos on a Thursday night, shoot us a message. Like I said, we're going to try to get Justin in one week to talk about his 29th. On the 29th, we're getting Justin in. So like 2 weeks to talk about his car.
And I'd say anyone else that has interesting Subarus that they want to talk about as
Yeah,
well.
if you have an interesting Subaru or interesting stories about your Subaru,
That happen in Mexico or are legal.
like Skippy was it a Brumby he backed up into a tree? Pretty sure he's crashed a few times. Like stuff like that, fun, interesting things. If you want to talk about them, come hit us up. Because yeah, it's not that I'm forgetting what to talk about. I really enjoy talking to customers and talking about customers.
Yeah. And that's the thing with it is that you can come in to 3P for Thursday night in the stream, or you can do it remotely.
Yeah, you can either come in or do it like Jonathan did the night we
his
talked
phone.
about his car, where you call in and we just add you to the stream. But yeah, on that note, again, another note, and I've got to find my notes. I've got to make sure. So yeah, spread the word. There you go. Justin said, may want to move that back a week and I'll come in. Oh, there you go.
As in,
Bring his car down. Yeah.
as in push it.
So go till next month. So first month of November, Justin, is that all right?
First week.
Yeah, first month of November. Shisa!
There's only 1 month in November.
First week in November. Would that work for you, Justin? I'm gonna have to wait till he says something. But yeah, yeah, if you like it, share the word, let people know. We'll be back next Thursday, 7:30 p.m. I have no idea what topic I'm going to do next week. I haven't thought that far ahead. You'll find out next week. Yeah, I'll just wait till Justin replies, and then I'll nearly be able to call it the night.
I mean, you could
Do you have anything else you want to say? I'm not just hanging up.
I was
I'm
gonna
waiting.
say you could just get him to PM you.
No.
What? Because you don't read your PMs?
Oh. I think you're gonna throw something in you now.
No, he's true. Why would I throw something at him when he tells the truth?
Well, you said it.
We're still waiting.
For what?
The lie.
Justin. A little bit of lag. Oh, his car won't be done, but he'll come down. So
That is the first week in November.
yeah, so first week in November. Easy done. So we'll either set up another camera somewhere in here, or we'll kick Rohan out, or kick Cito. Probably kick Rohan out.
Yeah, because Cito's actually doing. A lot
Yeah,
of
because
work
me and
stuff,
Cito know Justin.
I'll probably sit behind Jacob.
Would that be alright, Cito?
Chair,
Yeah, we could
right?
do that.
There's a chair right there. Like I could poke my head around you.
What do you think, Cito? Yeah?
We'll see how it goes. We might add another computer, but we might.
Yeah, kick you out.
I mean, either way, I could just sit behind Jacob and
Out
just
in the
sit
car.
there.
Yeah, you could join me here and just join on this camera.
Well, I could figure out how to join this one up to this, and then you can use my laptop.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yes, okay. Random talking over. But yeah, remember also, we can still get you Subaru stuff. I am here me personally am here on Tuesdays around lunchtime till 5 or 6.
So
And
that
Thursdays-
is the perfect time to call Jacob for parts.
Yes. Or Thursdays from around 3 till I'm still here.
When I say parts, I mean
Yeah,
to
and
ask them if they're still wrecking.
Yeah, Cito's everywhere. Don't ask me if I'm still wrecking. There you go. That's a new one today, Nathan.
Yeah.
Have you ever had anyone ring up asking if we are the 3-hour parking company?
No.
Yeah, I had that today.
Really?
Yeah, lady rang up and
It's
went,
a 3-hour parking.
you know
company.
the 3P for parking?
No, but that's just generally 3-hour parking.
Yep, but they thought we were the company for the 3-hour parking.
I didn't know there was a company.
I didn't know either. It turns out we are.
Cool. I've done plenty of times when we've been like, applying for stuff, like especially insurance and stuff, and they're like 3P. So do you do some parking spots or what? I'm like,
Yeah,
no, we
it
don't.
hurt my head a lot.
Anyway,
But yeah,
Maybe we
so
should
on
leave
that
it there.
note, again, join me 7:30 p.m. next Thursday, around 6:30 on Monday for the video of me picking on myself. And yeah, you know what I could nearly do? I could just get Rohan here to ask a heap of questions on video, and then I just answer them.
Yeah.
That's actually a great idea.
That'd be next
but
to
then
no edit.
that's an effort though.
No, that's you sit here, you ask questions to the camera, and then I sit down, listen to the video, what you say, and I answer them.
I don't know what to ask.
We'll talk about this after.
Okay, anyway,
No idea.
see you later, guys.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Wait, bye that way.
Bye. Hang on.
Oh,
Turn around, Nathan. Turn around.